Hello everyone, and welcome to Caroline's Craftery, and welcome to Thrifty Canucks and Thrifty Thursday. There's information in the description box about those things. So let's get started on this little haul. So this here was from some clothes that somebody had given me, and I've already cut it up. So there's a beautiful piece of a white I presume it's just a cotton. But it was a dress, and it had some beautiful lacy type stuff in it. So there is this here piece that I got. And there's probably close to 2 yards of this here. And it's about 6 inches wide. Then the whole dress was covered with this here. And so I've cut it all off, cut it all apart. Beautiful little pattern on there. So it will be handy for so many things. So I've got, how many pieces did I end up with? Well, this one here is like twice the size of that last piece. And then there's another one that's about the same size as the one I just showed. Part of it had this beautiful big lace on there. It's just gorgeous. So it took me a while to take it all apart, but it was well worth it, that is for sure. And then one section was this white cottony material with the stitching all over, and then there's sequences around it as well. And that's quite a big chunk. There's probably there's at least 1 yard, and it's probably 1.5 feet wide, 2 feet wide. And I think this will dye really, really nice. So I'm going to try dyeing some in different colors. So there's that. Then this here was some other clothes that I cut up. Now this is all a sheer type stuff. So there's big pieces, little pieces, but there's this black lace type with these teal flowers on it. It's just gorgeous. I don't do much with black, but I think there's enough teal in here that could do something with. So there's quite a few chunks of that there. And like I say, I saved whatever I could from the clothes. And then there is this bright, beautiful pinks, greens, yellows, a little bit of black thrown in there. These pieces are mostly smaller pieces, but they're just gorgeous. They'd be, I don't know what I'm going to use them yet for, but when somebody gives you clothes, and they didn't give them to me for me to wear, they were strictly to cut up and use in journals, so that's a lot of fun. I just love all that stuff there. And then we have this scarf. And it's for the trim. Now I've got some white stuff that is pretty much the same as this. And this is kind of a sage green type color. So that's fun. And there's a lot. When you go all the way around this scarf, there's going to be a lot of trim on there. So that'll be a project to take apart. We got some doilies. Whenever I get doilies at a really reasonable deal, I always grab them because they're just so fun to have. This one here is like a table runner. It's really, really long. Whether any of these are old doilies, I have no idea. And then there is also a large table runner with the circles that I can easily cut apart. Now I think I got another one actually almost identical to this a week or so ago. So I usually save up my things like this that I'm going to cut apart, and then I cut them apart, and then I'll decide what I'm going to dye and stuff, and then I'll do a whole bunch of dyeing all at one time. I got a plastic tablecloth. Love plastic tablecloths. And I think this one's going to be really nice for tea dyeing because it's got lots of nice open areas which will give lots of contrast to the colors. But this is a nice nice doily. I like that one. Add that to my collection for tea dyeing. We have a little square, sort of a square doily type linen doily, I guess it would be. So that is cute. Again, a lot of this came from the Lions, as always. Seems to be the place that I go. And then we got some trims. Took always mentions about all the trim and ribbon I get. So, Took, you better close your eyes because all the lace and ribbon is coming up. But this I thought was absolutely gorgeous. It's just like a satin ribbon with this really cute lace on top of it. But just beautiful, beautiful color. Quite a burgundy color. Running out of room to put stuff. And then there is this, which is white with the same lace on the top. It's just gorgeous. And I think a person could almost dye some of this. I'm going to say there's probably 3 yards of each on one of these little cardboard things. So that's good. And then there is this here. It's an off-white lace. Person could cut out the flowers and use them or use it as trim. And it says there's 3 meters on there. So this I got at one of my favorite thrift stores. They always have lots of ribbon and whatnot there. There's 2 packages of these. They say there's 20 in each. Everything was half price at this thrift store too today, or when I stopped there the other day. So and there's these ribbon roses, which is nice. They're fairly flat, so I think I could use them quite easily. I do like to keep stuff in my journals a little bit flat, just to avoid bulk. So there's those. There is some nice yellow trim. It says there's 5 meters here. Very delicate. This is very delicate lace, this one. Oh, and it's yellow when it's piled up, but when it's singled, it is yellow, but it's not bright at all. So that's nice. I got these Christmas bells. There's all kinds of sizes and colors in there. Again, that's going to be added to my Christmas goodies. People can use them for charms, or I might just make some charms and add some of these to there. I got this bottle full of goodies. This was at the Lions. Now these are, you stitch these on. They're kind of like a sequence, but they're more of like a plastic button. But I thought those were really nice and a nice color. They are pink, but they're nice pink. And there's a big handful of those in a bag. There's all these things. Now most of these are earrings. Some have the backs taken off. But I thought they were kind of cool. Some are like totally still intact. So if I cut that end off, I can use that on something. And I thought these ones that have the missing cabochons, I think they call them, I can just put something else in there. Some are just kind of purely decorative, like these kind of look like wings. But yeah, yeah, I thought they can be used for something, I'm sure. As I say, it didn't really cost me anything more to get these and throw them in my bag. Put them back in there. And then the last thing is this big bag of lace and trim. Now what caught my eye was all these Christmas type colors. So I think this bag, it was $3 and it was Senior's Day, so get a discount on that. Find my scissors because this bag is very, very taped up. So I haven't even looked in here yet other than looking through the bag. The other thing that did catch my eye was all the purple. So there is a whole bunch of this gold trim. There's 2 different widths. So that's actually quite nice, and it's very shiny, very nice actually. So there's quite a bit of that, as you can see. Be great for boho journals and whatnot. There's a bunch of this here, which actually you could use that on the edge of a page or maybe to tie a journal up. A couple yards of that. And then there is a chunk of this kind of a coppery color. Oh, this is elastic, so that'll come in handy. Some blue sparkly ribbon with kind of a star, or could be a snowflake as well. There's that. There's some more of this here type of lace. A couple chunks of that. Then we have some brown. That would be really nice on the border of, or the spine of a journal. That it's almost a chenille type stuff here sewn in there. So there's a couple pieces of that. There is this here. Nice silver and brown. This could almost go on a Christmas journal too because of the silver. Not really a Christmas color, but everything for Christmas doesn't have to be red or green. Especially these days because everybody decorates in a different color at Christmas. So a couple pieces of that. There's a nice piece. This is quite nice, very soft. And then it's just got a little piece of gold thread running through it. So that's cute. I like that. There is this piece. None of these pieces are huge, but we're talking almost a yard. So that one there is nice. We got this here blue. It's a variegated. Kind of an unusual trim. It'd be good like in some kind of water journal or something because it almost looks like waves and whatnot. Another piece of red, silver, and white trim. Very pretty. Hopefully you can get a good enough view of this. There's this here. This is like that blue, it's just that it's an off-white color. Very nice. I actually like that. Hopefully it focuses a little bit on there. We have some blue ribbon with a little white spot on it. Purple caught my eye in here too. This is a nice, I like that. And then some of this here, which is the purple and silver. Very pretty. Didn't even notice this one in here. Love this one. I think it goes this way. But just a nice purple with a little bit of silver and white in there. Very nice. Love that one. And then there is this one here. Very pretty. And then there's, this one's like the blue and the off-white, except this one is a pale pink color. So that's fun. There is this here. This is quite different. Never seen anything like that one. It's a red, and then there's got these little puffs of, almost looks like some kind of wool that somehow weaved in with it and just made so these little puffs come out. So that's really cute. We've got these pink flowers. Just seeing if I can find an end, but the end is hidden somewhere. These are just little flowers with little sparkles on them. So that's cute. Some green, almost plasticky trim, but it's very sparkly and shiny, which is nice. Lots of trims to go into the Christmas kits. We've had company, so I haven't had time to do anything on the Christmas kits yet, but beautiful. I love this one. This one's really, really nice. It's braided with 2 strands of this green and 1 strand of this silver type. Almost looks like a string type of stuff, but that's really pretty. Some of this green. I know this has a special name, but I can never remember what it is. But a nice chunk of that. Here's another very pretty trim. Lots of sparkly trims in here. But this one almost has a rainbowy type ribbon of some kind that sparkles running through the center of it. So that's really cute. Here's a green piece like that red piece that I showed you. But the same thing, these puffs of wool type stuff coming out of them. Very nice. Fun package. A little piece of just yarn, twisted yarn in reds and greens. Some green shiny rickrack. Quite a big rickrack. 2 pieces of that. And then a big chunk, oh, there's 2 different pieces here. There's this here green, and it's, this part here is kind of round almost. So I presume when you sewed it, you would sew it along there, that would stick out, and that's for sewing, but that's kind of nice. And this here is really, really cute. It is. And again, this part here is a little bit roundish, so I presume when you sew it. But I think it would look great on the top of a pocket or something. But then this is like greens, yellows, and whites there. So lots of interesting trims. Like I say, there's about a yard of each of these, so that's a decent amount to use in a journal. So a lot of this Christmassy stuff will be added into the Christmas journals, or the Christmas kits that I do up. I'm hoping to have about 10 or so, and there is going to be so much stuff in them, it's going to be crazy the amount of goodies in there. And each kit will be sort of similar but different, Because, you know, one might have this trim, one might have this trim, another one has this trim, etc. But we'll go through all that when I finally get the kits made up. So I hope you enjoyed this haul. It was an awesome haul. I loved everything. And check out the Facebook group. Check out the other links below. And we'll see you again soon in another video. Bye.